Can I press that?
There we go.
Okay. Okay. Good afternoon, Miss Niki.
Good afternoon.
Today I will have an interview with a foreigner to fulfill my final exam. It's about the intercultural communication course from my lecturer named Miss Cucu Mariam. She asked me to interview a foreigner regarding about the culture in America and the development in the America about the culture.
Great. Yes, I am happy to.
I have my first question here.
Okay.
Yes. I have my first question. What are the biggest challenges in building trust and rapport with someone from a different cultural background?
Okay, so I would say that it just takes time. For me personally, when I was 22 years old, I moved to Indonesia and I had the best experience, but it was in my culture. And like you said, I had to learn to trust others and uh, learn about the culture. So I would say the biggest thing is time. It just takes a lot of time. And for the person, for both people to be very open and honest with each other.
Oh, like that. Are you have any difficulties like you real nervous or something like that, Miss?
That I will, yes, I would say I was a little nervous at first, um, just because it can be scary talking to people that maybe are different than you. But I think the biggest thing that I learned is that it's so exciting and so valuable. You get to see so many things about their culture and about themselves, and there's a lot more that we have in common than we have differently, which is cool to see.
Wow. I can believe the foreigner also have their own challenges to know about the new culture.
Yes.
Yes, like that. Okay, the second questions. What are some effective strategies for overcoming cultural misunderstanding when forming an intercultural relationship?
That's a very good question. So some strategies I use are just communication. So obviously that can be difficult if you speak different languages, but now there's so many opportunities with technology for us to translate, or obviously you can use a in-person translator. But language is one thing that can be difficult. But I would say that there's so many strategies that you can use, just communicating with each other, being open and willing to have good conversations, and yeah, just giving your time to others, because if you don't give the time, then the relationships will not form.
Wow, yes. That's a very amazing strategies, Miss. Okay, the third question. How can communication styles like direct versus indirect, high context versus low context be navigated when developing an intercultural relationship?
Yes. So I would say that there's a lot of differences. If you direct versus indirect, I could be wrong, but it an example for me would be, okay, direct, you're able to be in the person's country and talking to them, and indirect, maybe it would be through an online system. And both have their pros and cons. But I would say that being able to be in person is very valuable because not only do you get to talk to them and learn about their culture, but you get to experience it yourself firsthand. Um, Sorry, I forgot. Can you restate the question one more time?
Okay, this is a very good answer.
Okay.
The fourth question. uh, how can cultural differences in values and beliefs be celebrated and leveraged to strengthen an intercultural relationship?
Yes, I think it's very important to celebrate the different beliefs and traditions that we have. When I lived in Indonesia, I was so grateful to my host families because they would take me to different celebrations that they were going to. And so I was able to watch what an Indonesian wedding looked like and different experiences like that, which was very meaningful. I would also say that um, I was grateful to my students like you because we were able to talk about my life and about your life and get to see the similarities and differences.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I'm so grateful with you, Miss, because
You're
I
so
have a
sweet.
dream to meet with the foreigners since I was little.
You are so sweet. I definitely miss you guys a lot.
Yeah, and teaching English. I learned about English is also my big dream.
Yes,
I
your English
love
is
English too much.
fantastic. It's very good.
Yes, thank you, Miss.
Of course.
The last questions. In the context of developing an intercultural relationship, what role does active listening and empathetic play?
I believe that it's very important to be empathetic and a good listener because if you don't give your time and active listening skills to someone, then they will not give it to you most likely. It's very important to be open and willing to speak about yourself and your experiences. And it's even more important to listen to others speak about their cultures and their experiences as well.
Yes. So, Miss Niki, thank you for all the interview. But before
Yes.
I do today's meeting, I want to ask so many things with you regarding America.
Yes, thank you so much, Miss Raisha. This was awesome, and I really appreciate you asking me.
Yeah,
Would you like me to stop the recording?
sure.
Okay.